Sleeping Beauty. When 100 years had passed by, the son of a king from another family had gone a-hunting in that part of the country where the palace used to be. He asked, "What are those towers in the middle of that great thick wood?" Everyone answered with the rumours that they had heard. Some said that it was a ruinous old castle haunted by spirits. Others that all the sorcerers and witches of the country used to meet there at midnight when there was a full moon. Most people believed that there was an ogre that lived there, and that he used to take to there all the little children he could catch, so that he could eat them up whenever he pleased, without anybody being able to follow him, as only he had the power to pass through the wood. The prince was all in a quandary, not knowing what to believe, when a very good countryman spoke to him as follows. "May it please your royal highness, it is now about 50 years since I heard from my father, who heard my grandfather say that there was then in this castle a princess, the most beautiful that was ever seen, and that she must sleep there 100 years, and she'll be waked by a king's son." The young prince was all on fire at hearing these words, believing, without thinking these things through, that he could save the princess, and pushed on by love and honour, he swore that moment that he would do just that. As he rode on his horse toward the wood, all the great trees, the bushes and brambles gave way to let him pass through. He walked up to the castle, which he saw at the end of a large avenue, and he went into it. And what rather surprised him was that none of his people could follow him, because the trees closed again as soon as he passed through them. However, he did not stop. A young and amorous prince is always brave. At last he came into a chamber all gilded with gold, where he saw upon a bed the most wonderful sight that had ever met his eyes. A princess who appeared to be about 15 or 16 years of age, and whose bright and rosy beauty was quite angelic. He approached with trembling and admiration, and fell down before her upon his knees and kissed her hand. And now, as the evil fairy's spell was at an end, the princess opened her blue eyes for the first time in 100 years, and looking at him said, "Is it you, my prince? You have waited a long time." The prince, charmed with these words, and much more with the manner in which they were spoken, knew not how to show his joy and gratitude. He assured her that he loved her more than anyone or anything in the whole wide world. In the meanwhile, all the palace awaked. A month later, he announced his marriage to the cheering crowds, and he led his beloved wife, the former Sleeping Beauty, in a great procession to the palace. They made a magnificent entry into the capital city, for now he was king, and she was queen of all the land, and they lived happily ever after. The end.
Haunt. Haunt. Midnight. Midnight. Castle. Castle. Brave. Brave. Admiration. Admiration. Gratitude. Gratitude. Assure. assure, announce, announce, magnificent, magnificent,